Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first POV review by CarChive. My name's Sachin, and today we've got this 2024 Jeep Wrangler Sport. Now, the Wrangler is one of those vehicles that needs no introduction. It's an icon, built for adventure, for trails, and pure mechanical character. So let's get into it. Now, starting on the outside, this is unmistakably a Jeep Wrangler. As you can see, it's boxy, it's upright, and intentionally old school. So if you have a look around the vehicle, you've got plenty of exposed plastic to metal components which are designed to take abuse. Parts like this include the front bumper, the fender flares, the fender liners above the wheel arch, and the rear bumper. So what plastic to metal actually means is these parts come plastic as standard, but if you would like to upgrade them to metal parts for extra durability on the off-road, that you can do. And that is where the Jeep Wrangler shines. Now, one of the Wrangler's biggest highlights is the fact that you can remove the doors and the roof, giving you a full open air experience, something few modern vehicles still allow. Now, this is the 4-door Sport, which brings much better practicality. And what this means is the length of this vehicle is about 478 centimeters, correlating with a wheelbase of 478 centimeters. And the width, coupled with that length, is about 187.7 centimeters. Now, this vehicle can handle it all, off-road, paved road, and it does this with a ground clearance of 241 millimeters. Now, if we make our way to the back of the Jeep, we can see that this is where the spare wheel is located. It comes standard with a spare wheel cover, and within that housing for the wheel, this is where we find the reverse camera. Now, the Jeep Wrangler has a 2-piece boot configuration, and what this means is it opens up wide before it opens upward. Now, the boot has a capacity of 898 liters. With the seats folded all the way down, that goes up to 2,050 liters, perfect for trips, for luggage and equipment. Now, looking at the wheels, this specific Jeep Wrangler JL Sport comes with 17-inch alloys sitting on 245 Bridgestones on the rear and 245 Bridgestones in front as well. So this specific Jeep didn't actually come with side steps as standard, but at purchase, these were actually added on as an extra. And I think this is such a tasteful addition because this completes the off-road package. Now, when taking a look at the roof, we can see this indent between the front panel and the back panel. Now, what this essentially means is if you only want to take the roof off for the front 2 seats, you can do so. But keep in mind when removing the back panel as well, there's wiring that needs to be disconnected. And if we take a look at the side mirrors, we can see that these include blind spot sensors and defrosters. Now, the Jeep is 4x4 trail rated, and what this essentially means is that this is a 4-wheel drive system. And the biggest misconception that people have is that 4-wheel drive is the same as all-wheel drive, but that isn't the case. See, with 4-wheel drive, you can choose how you want the power distributed. But with all-wheel drive, the power is sent to all 4 wheels on both axles, especially when traction is lost. Now, the fender flares of the Jeep actually house your reflectors as well as your indicator lights. As we can see on the front grille of the Jeep, this includes a honeycomb design that gives you a full view of that massive radiator. Now, the lights for the Jeep aren't actually your typical LEDs, but instead these are halogen bulbs, or the brightest brights that I've seen on any vehicle. Take a look at the back seat. I would say that this is absolutely spacious. I mean, I was driving and I had my seat fitted all the way to the back. This is the furthest that it can go. So I'm 6'2", and getting inside the Jeep is absolutely no problem. And we've got storage compartments here, storage here, as well as storage in the back of the seats. Now, when the panels are off, you are still going to need some structural support, some stability for the Wrangler. But funnily enough, within this frame, you've got lighting included and you've got a massive speaker system. And this is actually an 8-way speaker system. And what this means is you can actually control where you want the audio distributed. If you only want it on the right side of the car, the left side of the car, in front or at the back. Now, moving to the driver's seat, this is where things get a bit interesting. So, the Jeep Wrangler in and of itself is quite rugged. I mean, it is a proper off-road monster. You're greeted with a 7-inch infotainment Uconnect system that has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Like I said earlier, it's got an 8-way audio system and allows you to control the audio from every single corner of the vehicle. But out of all the off-road vehicles that I've tested, this is by far the most comfortable. You've got your light settings on the right-hand side, your indicators on the left. I mean, this is an American vehicle. Your indicators on the left and all your wiper settings are on the right-hand side. Now, looking to the middle of the car, we can see two shifters. This is obviously our drive mode select. We've got our charging ports here for media. Now, this is what we call the TC shifter, and this is the transfer case shifter. And on the shifter, you can see 2H, 4H, N, 4L, and 4H part-time. So moving on to the road, the listed fuel consumption for the Jeep is actually listed as 9.7 liters per 100 kilometer. But I mean, since driving this car in 2024, I can comfortably say that that isn't realistic. You are more likely to get about 12 to 13 liters per 100 kilometer. And that is thanks to the V6 that this car has. I mean, the 3.6 liter motor that is utilized by the Pentastar V6 family is quite heavy on petrol. It's not going to be compared to anything like a Hyundai or a Toyota Starlet or a Suzuki Swift. This is quite heavy on petrol, but fun fact, it is actually much better on the long roads as opposed to your daily commute. I mean, I've done a trip from Paarl to PE and I almost got to PE with a full tank. There's not a single time where I felt as though there was an input delay for me from putting my foot down or overtaking. There's not been a single time where I haven't trusted the power of this vehicle. I mean, that 209 kilowatts or 285 horsepower really speaks for itself. Now in South Africa, if you are looking to pick up a 2024 Jeep Wrangler JL Sport, you can find one of these brand new for about 800 to 850,000. Now the 2025 and 2026 models are, in my opinion, overpriced. I mean, they go up to over $1 million. Now, especially looking at the fact that this is an off-road utility vehicle, I can't justify paying that amount of money. This model specifically, you can get for about 800 to 850,000 Rand new, and you can find a good used vehicle for just over 700,000. You see, most modern cars are trying to be perfect, but the Jeep Wrangler doesn't care. It's loud, it's boxy, it drinks fuel, and yet people absolutely love it. Now from the driver's seat, the Wrangler immediately feels different. I mean, you sit upright, almost as if you are commanding the road. The flat bonnet stretches out in front of you, and suddenly, everything feels purposeful. At low speeds, you feel the solid axles working beneath you. Now this doesn't smooth out the road, but instead, it communicates with it. The steering is light, slightly vague, but never nervous. It's not asking you to drive fast, but instead, it's asking you to slow down. The Wrangler is powered by Jeep's 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6. There's no turbo tricks, no artificial sound, just smooth, old school power that builds as the revs climb. Now at higher speeds, the Wrangler settles, but it never fades into the background. I mean, there's wind noise, there's tire noise, and through the steering wheel, you are constantly reminded that this thing was actually built to leave the road. Compared to a normal SUV, this feels raw, but compared to a crossover, it feels alive. And this is why the Wrangler still exists today. In a world full of appliances, this car is a machine with personality. You don't necessarily buy a Wrangler because it makes sense, but instead you buy it because it makes you feel something. Now this is for the person who values experience over efficiency. For someone who wants a vehicle that feels ready for any adventure, even on a normal commute. And if that sounds like you, very few cars do it better than this beast. This has been the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Sport. It's honest, it's capable, and it's unapologetic. Now if you enjoyed this POV drive, subscribe to the CarChive YouTube channel for more driver-focused car content. All glory to Yahweh, and I'll see you in the next one.